With technology names making up the biggest portion of the market, we want to home in on this sector as earnings from companies like Microsoft, Meta, and Tesla are on deck. Joining me now with more is Gil Luria. He's head of technology research at DA Davidson. Gil, great to have you on the show as always, especially with that early morning wake up for you on the West Coast. Ahead of these earnings tonight, what is in focus for you?
Well, the focus is going to be on the impact of AI on Microsoft and Meta tonight, especially in terms of their levels of investment and how it's driving growth. And today it's going to be a lot of conversation about the impact of DeepSeek and other small models and how that changes the equation for their ability to grow and how much they need to invest.
So to that end, Gil, we've all been following the DeepSeek news. Really hard to escape it, of course, based on what's played out in the market this week. But what specifically from these technology giants, each of them a little bit different, right? Microsoft, Meta, and Tesla. What do we need to hear from each of them that could calm perhaps some of the jitters or questions around DeepSeek?
So for Microsoft, what we want to hear is that their Azure growth will accelerate in the first half of this calendar year. That's what they told us is going to happen, and it's very important that they reaffirm that message tonight. We also want to hear from them that they're going to reassess their CapEx schedule and budget based on these recent developments. If you think about what's happened in terms of the impact of DeepSeek and other models that are now coming out, it really changes the business for OpenAI, which has driven a lot of the AI growth for Microsoft. OpenAI has two businesses. One is the $20 a month consumer business, and another one is the API corporate business. The $20 a month business is at risk now because DeepSeek is offering a comparable model for free. And then the API business is at risk because DeepSeek charges $2 a million tokens, while OpenAI charges $60 per million tokens. So Microsoft, we want to hear them tonight say, hey, this has changed the business. It's changed how the business of AI infrastructure is going to work. We're going to reassess our CapEx plans.
Do you think...
then on Meta...
If I could, Gil, just to jump in there, Microsoft, we know, is a little bit off of its record high, but obviously still elevated when we look at its performance during this bull market. Is that something that you think we could hear tonight from Microsoft, what you want to hear?
That's right. Microsoft has probably been the poorest performer for the last 6 months of the Mag 7 because that overinvestment in CapEx is coming at the expense of margins, of cash flow, of return on invested capital. And so investors have been concerned that in order to continue to drive growth, Microsoft is going to have to invest more and more and sacrifice margins more. If they come out tonight and say, look, we're going to reassess CapEx, maybe we don't need to spend at these rates because these AI models are getting so efficient that maybe we have enough build-out capacity in the pipeline. Investors are very much going to welcome that.
Now, Meta, a bit of a different story, of course, a little bit different company, but a large cap tech name nonetheless. That stock right at a record high, Gil. What should we know about Meta?
So more of a mixed situation for Meta. So on one hand, this is a company that uses AI already to make its products better. So the better the AI, the more ads they sell. The better the AI, the more they can charge for those ads. That's good news. This forward progress in AI, this leap forward in progress in AI that DeepSeek represents, will make their core product better. On the other hand, Meta has been the open source leader in AI models, and that's now been overtaken by DeepSeek. So Meta has to communicate a message of how they're going to use their considerable CapEx spend to catch up to DeepSeek and get their leadership back in AI. And that's a tough task given how big of a leap forward the DeepSeek models represent.
So Tesla's unique. Obviously, we know that Elon Musk has his hands in artificial intelligence, but that might be more blatantly on display with some of his AI ventures versus Tesla per se. How could that play out tonight?
Well, that's right. Again, two different stories for Elon Inc. On the Tesla side, progress in AI is very, very good. because the future of the company really relies on full self-driving taking off in cars, thus lending itself to robo-taxis, etc. And a big leap forward in the technology means full self-driving will work better as Tesla adopts it. On the other hand, Elon has invested a tremendous amount in XAI, Grok, and those models. And again, to be the leader in open source AI models, and now DeepSeek has overtaken him as well. So a lot of that investment now looks like maybe it didn't pan out yet, and they really have to do a lot of catch up to get back into a leadership position, just like Meta. So again, a mixed bag for Elon Inc.
Gil, the president of the New York Stock Exchange, Lynn Martin, joined me at the top of the show. She was expressing that business sentiment from what she's seen here at the Stock Exchange, at the World Economic Forum, and in our nation's capital this month is positive. Certainly, we see the economy, broadly speaking, sticking with that tune. How does that mean that these stock prices could move in the next 12 months?
Yeah, the very good positive perspective that investors have right now is not a coincidence. It's because we all believe that the loosening regulatory environment, that more mergers and acquisitions, Lynn talked about more IPOs, those are the kinds of things that have a very broad benefit across the board to the small and mid caps that will get bought, to the large caps that buy them, to the new issuances. There's a lot of expectation that the financial regulatory environment is improving, which will allow the market to do well, while at the same time, this new leap forward in technology we've already had big leaps in technology on AI, and now we have another one that should help other technology companies build new products, deploy them in a more efficient way, and gain more usage. So there is a lot of optimism in the investor base right now.
Gil Luria, we always appreciate it. Again, thank you for getting up early for us. You're on the West Coast, we're on the East Coast, but Gil is the head of technology research at DA Davidson, and certainly a busy day ahead.
Thank you. Thank you, Krista.